Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we bring you stories that dive deep into the lives of Hollywood's most unforgettable icons. Today, we explore the remarkable yet turbulent journey of Ava Gardner, the legendary actress whose beauty and talent captivated millions. Behind the glamorous spotlight, Ava faced serious personal and health struggles, chronic bronchitis, alcoholism, and even a debilitating stroke that shaped her later years. Join us as we uncover how these challenges tested her resilience, revealing the strength, courage, and humanity that defined her enduring legacy in cinema and beyond. Thomas Andrew Lehrer, widely known as Tom Lehrer, was a unique blend of intellect and wit, a brilliant mathematician and satirical songwriter whose legacy spans both the world of academia and musical satire. Lehrer's influence is enduring, with his sharp, satirical songs remaining culturally and politically relevant decades after their release. Lehrer's music, often laced with dark humor and biting social commentary, became a defining voice in American counterculture during the 1950s and 1960s. Songs like Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, The Elements, and The Vatican Rag showcased his extraordinary ability to mix erudition with irreverence. His style was distinct: clever rhymes, rapid delivery, and an unapologetic critique of hypocrisy, war, and institutional absurdities. Though he officially retired from musical performance in the 1970s, his influence continued through parodies, adaptations, and educational settings. Lehrer also contributed music to the educational TV show The Electric Company, further cementing his impact on generations of young learners. Beyond music, Lehrer was a respected academic. A Harvard-educated mathematician, he taught at prestigious institutions including MIT and the University of California, Santa Cruz, where he later shifted to teaching musical theater. His intellectual versatility and refusal to seek fame underscored his integrity and humility. Lehrer chose a life of privacy over public accolades, and in recent years, he released all of his music into the public domain, a move that won widespread admiration. Tom Lehrer passed away on July 26, 2025, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, at the age of 97. According to sources close to the family, he died of natural causes associated with aging. Lehrer had lived a long, intellectually rich life, marked by curiosity, humor, and a fierce commitment to speaking truth to power through art and scholarship. His legacy lives on in the countless artists, educators, and satirists he inspired. Lehrer showed that intellect and humor can be powerful tools for reflection and change, leaving behind a cultural footprint that will resonate for generations. Terry Gene Bollea, known worldwide as Hulk Hogan, left an indelible mark on professional wrestling and pop culture. As one of the most iconic figures in wrestling history, Hogan helped elevate the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, into a global entertainment powerhouse during the 1980s and early 1990s. With his trademark handlebar mustache, bandana, and catchphrases like, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" he became a household name. Hogan's larger-than-life persona, charisma, and appeal extended far beyond the wrestling ring, paving the way for wrestlers to cross over into mainstream entertainment. Hogan headlined numerous WrestleMania events and captured multiple world championships across WWF, WCW, and other promotions. His role in the New World Order, NWO, storyline during his time in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, redefined the industry and kept him relevant into the late 1990s. He also starred in films, television shows, and reality TV, including the popular series Hogan Knows Best. Hogan was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame twice, once as an individual and once as part of the NWO. Despite his success, Hogan's legacy was not without controversy. Personal scandals and legal battles in the 2000s briefly overshadowed his career, but he ultimately returned to the WWE fold and continued to be recognized for his contributions to wrestling. On July 24, 2025, Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71 in Clearwater, Florida. His cause of death was reported as complications related to long-term health issues, including heart failure and a series of surgeries over the years stemming from decades of physical wear and tear in the ring. Hogan had undergone numerous back and hip surgeries and often spoke publicly about the toll wrestling took on his body. Despite these challenges, he remained active in fan appearances and conventions until his final months. Hogan's legacy endures as a pioneer of sports entertainment, a symbol of charisma, resilience, and the golden age of professional wrestling. Hulkamania continues to inspire generations of fans and wrestlers around the world. Dame Cleo Laine, Lady Dankworth, who passed away on 24 July 2025 at the age of 97, leaves behind a legacy that transcends musical genres and national boundaries. Renowned for her remarkable vocal range and virtuosic scat singing, Laine was a pioneering figure in British jazz and an ambassador of the genre on the global stage. Her ability to effortlessly transition between jazz, classical, and popular music made her one of the most versatile vocalists of the 20th century. Laine's contributions to music were not limited to her own performances. Alongside her husband, the late Sir John Dankworth, she co-founded the Stables Theatre in Milton Keynes in 1970. This venue became a cultural hub, nurturing young talent and hosting international acts, thereby enriching the UK's performing arts landscape for decades. Her children, Jackie and Alec Dankworth, continue her artistic legacy, cementing the family's multi-generational impact on British music. Dame Cleo broke barriers in a male-dominated jazz world, becoming the only female performer to receive Grammy nominations in jazz, pop, and classical categories. Her collaborations with musical legends such as Ray Charles, James Galway, and Dudley Moore showcased her genre-defying talent. She was also an accomplished actress, appearing on stage and screen, including a notable performance as Julie Laverne in the musical Showboat. Laine was appointed a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 1997, in recognition of her services to music. Her artistry, dedication to education, and cultural philanthropy have had an enduring influence on British arts and beyond. Dame Cleo Laine died peacefully at her home in Milton Keynes, surrounded by family. The cause of death was age-related natural causes, including complications associated with advanced age and frailty. She had been in declining health in recent years, though she remained intellectually active and deeply engaged in the arts community until her final months. Her voice, once described as liquid gold wrapped in velvet, now echoes in the annals of music history, and her legacy continues to inspire generations of performers and music lovers alike. Don Zimmerman, the acclaimed American film editor, left an indelible mark on the world of cinema through his decades-long contribution to the art of film editing. Born in 1944 in Los Angeles, California, Zimmerman began his journey in the film industry as a music editor, eventually rising to prominence with his first role as lead editor on the 1978 film Coming Home. His work on that film earned him an Academy Award nomination at the 51st Academy Awards, establishing him as a respected figure in Hollywood's post-production landscape. Zimmerman's editing style was known for its emotional depth, rhythm, and keen sense of storytelling. Over the years, he collaborated with many renowned directors and worked on a wide range of films, from intense dramas to action-packed blockbusters. His filmography includes notable titles such as Rocky IV, The Nutty Professor, Liar Liar, and The Bucket List. His ability to balance dramatic tension with seamless pacing made him a sought-after editor in the industry. Beyond his own professional accomplishments, Zimmerman also created a legacy through his family. Three of his children, Dean, Dan, and David Zimmerman, followed in his footsteps and became film editors themselves, continuing the Zimmerman name in the world of cinema. His mentorship and influence extended beyond his family, shaping the careers of many aspiring editors who admired his craft and work ethic. Don Zimmerman passed away on July 24, 2025, at the age of 81. According to family statements, his death was due to complications from heart failure, following a long battle with age-related health issues. In his later years, Zimmerman had stepped back from active film editing but remained a revered figure in the industry, often attending panels and workshops to share his knowledge and experience. His passing marks the end of an era for film editing, but his contributions will continue to influence generations of editors and filmmakers. Through his work, mentorship, and family, Don Zimmerman's legacy endures as a cornerstone of modern cinematic storytelling. Ava Gardner, born on December 24, 1922, in Grabtown, North Carolina, rose from humble beginnings to become one of Hollywood's most celebrated actresses. Renowned for her beauty, talent, and magnetic screen presence, she captivated audiences with performances that combined strength, vulnerability, and emotional depth. Behind the glamour, however, Gardner faced numerous personal and health challenges that shaped her later years. From chronic respiratory issues and alcoholism to a debilitating stroke, these struggles tested her resilience and determination. Exploring her life through the lens of health reveals not only the consequences of lifestyle and career pressures, but also the enduring strength and humanity that defined her legacy. Early life and formative years. Ava Lavinia Gardner was born on December 24, 1922, in Grabtown, North Carolina, to Jonas Bailey Gardner and Mary Elizabeth Gardner. Raised in a rural, modest household, Ava's early years were shaped by simplicity and hard work. Despite financial constraints, her parents instilled in her the values of resilience, determination, and independence. From a young age, Ava exhibited a strong will and a striking presence that set her apart, even in a small-town setting. She excelled academically and showed early interest in performance, taking part in school plays and local events. These formative experiences nurtured both her self-confidence and her ambition, laying the groundwork for her future career. Ava's upbringing emphasized perseverance, a trait that would later help her navigate the intense pressures of Hollywood, as well as the personal and health challenges that marked her later life. Entry into Hollywood. Gardner moved to Hollywood in the early 1940s, where her natural beauty and charisma quickly attracted attention from talent scouts. She signed with MGM, where her early roles showcased not only her physical appeal, but also her emotional depth and versatility. Hollywood offered both opportunity and challenge, as Gardner had to navigate a demanding studio system that often dictated personal and professional decisions. Her rise to fame was rapid, and she quickly became known for her fiery temperament, compelling performances, and the intensity she brought to every role. This early success came with pressures, long hours, and expectations that would later intersect with her personal struggles and health challenges. Breakthrough roles and career highlights. Ava Gardner's breakthrough came with films like The Killers, 1946, and Mogambo, 1953, where she demonstrated her ability to portray complex, independent women. Her performances earned critical acclaim, an Academy Award nomination, and international recognition. Gardner's talent extended beyond screen presence. she brought a raw emotional honesty to her roles that captivated audiences. Throughout her career, she often chose characters that reflected strength, vulnerability, and resilience, mirroring aspects of her own life. The demands of maintaining such high standards, however, added to stress and placed pressure on her mental and physical well-being, particularly as the years progressed. Personal life and relationships. Gardner's personal life was as intense and dramatic as her career. She married 3 times, first to Mickey Rooney, then Artie Shaw, and finally Frank Sinatra. Each relationship marked by passion, challenges, and public scrutiny. These unions shaped her emotional landscape, providing both love and heartache. Her marriage to Sinatra, in particular, drew immense media attention, adding pressure to her already demanding life. Gardner's relationships highlighted her desire for companionship and stability, even as her independence and strong personality often led to friction. The emotional highs and lows of her personal life intersected with her career demands, contributing to stress that would later impact her health. Health challenges: smoking and chronic bronchitis. Ava Gardner's enduring smoking habit, deeply ingrained during her Hollywood years, had a profound impact on her respiratory health. What began as a social norm and a way to cope with stress gradually evolved into a serious long-term health risk. Over time, she developed chronic bronchitis, a condition characterized by persistent coughing, reduced lung capacity, and increasing fatigue, which made even routine activities more challenging. Her lungs, weakened by decades of cigarette use, became highly vulnerable to infections, compounding the physical strain of aging. The combination of chronic respiratory inflammation and reduced immunity created a cycle of recurring illness, ultimately contributing to severe health complications. Gardner's experience underscores the long-term consequences of smoking, illustrating how lifestyle choices can have lasting effects on physical well-being. Chronic bronchitis, coupled with the accumulated toll of her other health challenges, paved the way for the pneumonia that led to her death in 1990. Alcohol use and its impact. Gardner also struggled with alcohol, particularly during periods of personal and professional stress. Alcohol served as a social lubricant and emotional release, but gradually became a health concern. Prolonged alcohol use can affect multiple organ systems, weaken immunity, and exacerbate other conditions, including respiratory illnesses. For Gardner, alcohol contributed to both physical vulnerability and emotional volatility, affecting relationships and overall well-being. Despite these challenges, she maintained her career and public persona, demonstrating resilience in the face of ongoing struggles. Stroke and physical limitations. In 1986, Gardner suffered a severe stroke that left her partially paralyzed. This event dramatically reduced her independence, making daily tasks more difficult and highlighting the fragility of health in later years. The stroke limited her mobility and affected her overall quality of life. Yet she approached recovery with determination and a desire to maintain dignity. Physical therapy, medical care, and support from friends and family played essential roles in her rehabilitation, illustrating the importance of assistance and compassion during major health crises. Elective hysterectomy and preventive measures. Out of fear of cancer, Gardner underwent an elective hysterectomy, reflecting both her awareness of personal health risks and her proactive approach to disease prevention. While the procedure removed the immediate threat, it also demonstrated the difficult decisions faced by those balancing health concerns with the desire for long-term well-being. Gardner's willingness to undergo such interventions speaks to her resilience and commitment to maintaining control over her health, even amidst uncertainty. Emotional and psychological resilience. Despite her health struggles, Gardner exhibited remarkable emotional resilience. Years of navigating Hollywood's pressures, public scrutiny, and personal turbulence had strengthened her capacity to cope with adversity. She faced illness with courage, maintaining her sense of identity and dignity even as physical limitations increased. Emotional support from close friends, family, and partners was crucial, helping her navigate the psychological impact of chronic illness and medical interventions. Gardner's ability to sustain composure and pursue personal fulfillment amid these challenges underscores the human capacity for resilience in the face of serious health issues. Immune system vulnerabilities. Ava Gardner's long-term smoking, alcohol use, and chronic stress weakened her immune system, leaving her more susceptible to infections and complications. Her respiratory system, already compromised by chronic bronchitis, was particularly vulnerable, resulting in recurrent illnesses such as pneumonia. The combination of lifestyle factors and aging further diminished her body's ability to respond to pathogens, increasing recovery time and the severity of illness. These vulnerabilities illustrate how cumulative health challenges can affect immunity, emphasizing the importance of holistic care and proactive health management. Despite these risks, Gardner navigated her declining health with determination, relying on both medical support and personal resilience to manage the consequences of a weakened immune system. Legacy beyond illness. Despite her health challenges, Gardner's legacy remains firmly rooted in her contributions to cinema and culture. She is remembered not only for her iconic beauty and captivating performances, but also for her humanity, strength, and determination. Her life exemplifies the ability to pursue excellence while navigating adversity, inspiring future generations to embrace both talent and resilience. Gardner's story teaches that true legacy encompasses not only professional achievement, but also the courage and grace demonstrated in facing life's inevitable trials, leaving an enduring impression on both art and humanity.